Today 6, On Your Side at 10, with 10 minutes of nonstop news. And the On Your Side forecast starts now.
Many of us have memories of visiting the nurse's office when we didn't feel so well at school.
No, but it appears signs have changed, and one local father is worried the lack of school nurses around the valley could spell trouble for children. Rachel Garceau spoke with the dad and is on your side with the story.
When Chris Young was told his son wasn't feeling well in class one day, he immediately left work to pick him up.
And then when I arrived there, he's sitting in a chair just beyond the office with just kind of his head down, not feeling well.
7-year-old Samuel said he had a headache, and Young believes his son suffered some sort of mild concussion from hitting his head against a wall. What concerned this father more, though, was that there was no nurse at Samuel's school to take a look at him.
She was over at a different school, and she was not aware of the situation, and that she has to go back and forth from both schools. And that's where I became concerned.
In fact, nearly all nurses in local districts travel between and are responsible for multiple schools. Here's a breakdown of the full-time nurse to student ratios from several valley districts. As you can see, in Nampa and Caldwell, there is one full-time nurse to every 2,000 students, give or take. In Valley View, that ratio is a bit smaller, but not by much. Boise seems to have the best proportions, one full-time nurse to every 1,100 kids. What surprised Young, and may surprise all parents, is that there is no state law requiring districts to employ nurses at all. Allison Westfall with Nampa Schools says while they find their nurses valuable, she also says
schools aren't hospitals or health clinics.
And while nurses can help in an emergency, Westfall says that's not what they're hired for.
And if they're on hand and a child is injured, certainly they will help a child. But we don't have nurses on board to provide that emergency medical care. That's what medical service providers are for.
But that "if" is a big word for a parent like Young, who worries about the times a medical professional is not around. He feels a solution is simple.
To be honest, Rachel, I think you need to have a nurse on staff at every single school.
But getting to that solution means the entire system may need a shot in the arm. Rachel Garceau, Today 6 on your side.
Besides their full-time nurses, all of the local districts that we mentioned in the story do employ some part-time nurses. Nationally, only about 45% of country schools have full-time on-site nurse.
And interestingly, a study published a few years back found only 5% of kids who were evaluated by a school nurse were sent home for a day. Now, untrained staff sent home 18%.
Interesting. We'll continue to follow it for you.